Welcome back. This is Nightwolf53 back here again with another What If. This is What If Deku was in Yandere Azur Part 8. Sorry that I didn't upload anything yesterday, I just didn't feel like it. But yes, let us get into this insightful What If and see what I can make up. As Izuku would awake in the morning with his fine ladies around him, he would very much stretch out, yawn into their as he got up from his very relaxed slumber, as he had to get up for the day due to the entrance exam being very soon. As he woke up and did what he did normally, brush, eat breakfast, and leave a note for the girls, giving his goodbyes, he would leave for UA. Once he would get there, he would be moved to one of the exam areas for the written portion. As he got in, he was sat down with the other students. About an hour passes, and Izuku walks up, being the sixth person to give his written exam in. Then he would be escorted to the next one, being the practical portion. But he would have to wait there for a couple hours until the other students would go in and sit down for the next test with him, as President Mike would come over onto the stage. Welcome back, fans. This is gonna be the practical portion of the test. Can I get a, oh yeah? Silence. Absolute nothing but silence. Ugh, tough crowd. Well, anyways, I'll be explaining to you about the practical portion of the test, as he would go on to explain the 1, the 2, and the 3 pointers, as a man with blue hair would stand up. Sir, this is very insightful. This is very illogical for UA. On the paper it says 4 robots, but yet you've only explained 3. This can't be up to UA standards. And you, as he points at the person, as he points out Izuku doing his tails, just grooming him. You shouldn't be doing that in here. You should have done that at your house or something else. Not while in here while he's explaining everything. This is very unsightly. If you're just gonna check around, then please leave the school immediately. As Izuku stops grooming his tail. Well, by your information, I've been here for a while doing this. So, no. Number 2, he was about to explain the 4th robot. If he has only explained 3, then he's not finished. So, act smarter, you 4-eyed person. And third of all, I'm just getting myself ready for the practical test. Grooming my fur is one of my practicalities. I need him to be smooth, so they'll be easier to move around. As everyone's laughing at Ida for, well, slight remarks here, giggles there, laughing, all that. As Ida sits down and apologizes to President Mike, as he goes on to explain the 4th 0-pointer. Soon, Izuku would be escorted with some other students to Site B. As he starts to see the doors open after a while, he calls out, "Come to me, Kerr first." As a blue light would come out of the sky surrounding him, as the people would look back and see what's happening. As this small-tailed fox boy would have a German uniform on with massive guns surrounding him and 4 turrets. As there would be little, smaller AA type weapons around him with a radar on top. As he would run into the field, some students would complain about this. Hey, he can't do that, he's cheating. He should be disqualified. As President Mike came over the sound, there aren't any starts during a real life situation. Follow that kid and follow that kid's example and go. As the other contestants would start to go, as they would witness the power of what Izuku had in store, as a 3-pointer would come out the fight, as they would see this kid go against it, as he would put out his hand and yell fire, as one of the turret guns would fire out. As soon as it hit a robot, a massive shockwave would go over the site. As yes, the robot would be exploded into millions of pieces, but these are battleship guns. They are way bigger than any rocket. They are made to hit. And it's crack the ground. As he would start to use both AA and his main battery. As one pointers would be taken out by 50 caliber machine guns in his secondary battery, while 3 and 2-pointers would be 2-pointers would be taken out by both main battery and secondaries as well, while the 3-pointers would be taken out by the main battery. As he is racking up kills going out throughout the city, taking down these villains, Nezu and the other staff inside of the observing room would observe the students. Nezu, I do believe it is time to launch the 0-pointer. Yes, Miss Midnight, that is a great idea for this. As he would launch the 0-pointers. As Izuku would see this massive robot show out from under the ground, as its first step would shake under its foot. As people would start to run, Izuku would think of the same, but he was willing to fight. As he heard a scream from a girl coming from underneath some rubble, as he would help her up and try to get her out of there, as the robot would be coming closer, as he would look at the robot. So, seems you're trying to be the bigger machine here. Yeah, that's not gonna roll with me. As all his guns would aim at it, as AA and secondaries would open up, as the robot would be filled up with lead and explosions across his armor, slowing him down definitely, but definitely not stopping, as he would charge his main batteries like he once saw Bismarck do. As he would launch, this salvo would hit, and the destruction would be phenomenal. It'd be taken out in one shot, as the robot would explode and taking out some buildings with it due to just the pure pressure it was under. As this massive explosion would go off, it would be like a mini nuke in the area. Many people would scream and run from this explosion, not knowing what just happened. As if the teachers would be surprised. What was that? What was that, Nezu? I don't know, Midnight. Well, whatever it would, it had to come from that kid, yelled Toshinori. You're right, Toshi. This is one of the newcomers from a world that we don't understand yet. He's called by either 2 names, Izuku or Grossa Kerfers. being either one is still what he is. But yes, he would be a fine adjustment to our hero course. Something with a bit more, well, weaponry on hand. You're right. How was his name? Snipe. A Snipe would look at this kid as he'd be thinking, this kid's almost like me. But not with the, well, quirk. Definitely with the weaponry. Big gun. Well, with guns, not with the quirk itself. As Izuku would go home for the day, hoping to get his acceptance letter in the week. As he would get home, he would be bombarded by questions. Honey, where were you? Darling, I must say that note was very left out of many holes that you did not tell. Oh, I went to the entrance exam to get into UA, to become a hero. But aren't you already a hero? War hero, yes. But this would be making me a licensed hero. Well, alright. I hope you do good in this UA and hopefully pass this test you speak of. But where are we in this? What do you mean? Well, you see, dear, said Rook. We were hoping to come with you. When you mean we, do you mean all of you? Well, in a sort, yes, all of us. I don't think they would allow that since that'd be too much. It would indeed. I guess you would be right. But I could ask Nezu and see if he would allow some of y'all in to the hero course or even support course. Alright then. Ask this Nezu and see if what he could do. As the next day would come around, he wouldn't exactly... I don't know. A week would go by, he would get his acceptance letter and go to... He would get his acceptance letter one day early. He would show up the next day, being Sunday, to UA. He would go in with his card and go to Nezu's office. As he would knock at the door of Nezu's office. Oh, come in. As Izuku would walk in. Principal Nezu. Ah, you must be Izuku, or, Kurfürst. Izuku Kurfürst, or... Just call me Grossa Izuku Kurfürst. Simple enough. But yes. Grossa. So they use her last name, so it would be Kurfürst. So, Mr. Kurfürst, I see that, I see that, your practical went quite well for you. Yes, it did. But why did you want to come to my office so early? Well, I was hoping to see if, you could let in some of my, friends. Or girlfriends, in this case. Oh, you're hoping to enroll some of the, girls that are with you. Yes, sir. Well... We could offer up 4 more spots in our training course. But this will not come with repercussions, of course. But you must decide on who would be best to come here. Alright then. is there any, like, prohibitions, like, who could come and who can't? How about they could come, yes, but make sure they are the proper age to be here. Well, that's gonna be hard to do, sir. Oh, and why is that? Well, due to their, well, age, they're not, to say, young whatsoever. They're not even in their teens. They are, I think, if I'm going off the youngest, I would have to say somewhere in their 80s or 90s. And for the lollies, those are about maybe in their 90s. Yes, the lollies are 90 years old or even older. But yet they don't look like it. It's like Senko. Damn. But yes, as Izuku would think. Well, I want to bring in two. Who do I want to bring in? How about I bring in sister ships? What do you mean, Izuku? Well, I can bring in two sisters of each other. So, how about I bring in Kaga and Akagi? And, I bring in Bismarck and... No, I don't want to bring in them. Bismarck and Tirpitz. Seems good enough. That'd fill in the slots. Give me a photo and their names. Well, I gave you their names. So is it just Bismarck, Tirpitz, Kaga, and Kagi? Like the ships? Yes, there is no other names. It is just, that's their name. Alright then. They will attend UA. I will send you over some uniforms for them and make sure to notify them about their enrollment in the school. Yes, sir. Izuku would go home the next and make it there. You then want to call the foreign. What do you need, dear? Hello, Commander. Hello, Bismarck. Hello, Tirpitz. Amagi and Kaga. Or Kaga and Akagi, my bad. I've called you for here to say that you will be enrolling in UA with me. We will? We just with you all the way through school then? Yes, but try to be nice, at least to students. You know us. We will be as nice as we can to them, my dear. Thank you. As they would all hug and of course kiss and have their nice sleep, waiting for the next day that would come in. Being Aizawa's test and all of the stuff that would happen in UA. But I'll let the interactions happen next time in part 10. Or part 9, I mean. But yes, that'll be it. Yes, I'm cutting this off a bit short. Yes, I'm cutting... But yes, I will be cutting this off just a bit short. Because I gave y'all a longer video last time. And there's really not much to talk about the entrance exam since it seems simple enough. But yes, I bid you all a farewell and goodbye, and hope to see you next time for this shorter what if. I'll make sure to make it longer next time.